It's time for the Getting Outdoors podcast, Town Country United Bank Lake Millis Ferry Weekend Hunting and Fishing Report. A weekly update on water conditions, ramp events, generating schedule, what's biting, and seasonal hunting information with outdoor reporters Joe Allen Dunn, Kevin Sims, and Shane Jones. This weekly hunting and fishing report is brought to you by the good folks at Town Country United Bank in Camden, Alabama, serving their customers for over 40 years. Town Country United Bank's highest priority is satisfied customers. Now, here's your weekend Lake Millis Ferry hunting and fishing report.
First one, 2023, smackdown.
There he is. Team Bigfoot, baby. Another one on the B&B Silver Shade. Team Bigfoot in the house.
Shane Jones, Rocket Fish. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Getting Outdoors podcast 206 Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report for the weekend of February the 24th through the 26th, 2023, with the outdoor reporters Kevin Sims, Joe Allen Dunn, and Shane Jones. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Doing great.
Doing good.
All right, I want to thank old Smackdown Daddy, old Stacy Gaston. We had a great conversation. He's fishing this weekend in the Cat Masters. It's called the Cat Masters, and it is the Major League Tour on the Tennessee River Challenge, and he's fishing against some of the top anglers in the United States. And it will be broadcast on Facebook this Saturday morning. And he will have a cameraman in his boat. And every time he catches a fish, Kevin, they're going to be filming it live. You reckon he's going to put a show on for him?
He the man. He got that TV personality.
Yeah.
Stacy looks real good on there, but that caveman, who is that? The caveman.
I don't know. Let me look at it again. It's Stacy and J.R. Hall, Ray Ferguson, Chris Wallace, Josh Brown, Chad Mayfield, and the Caveman. That is like Big Time.
I seen him on one of Stacy's talk shows one time, I think. Caveman.
But anyway, I appreciate Stacy taking the time to be with me, and also C.J. Knight talking about his the memorial they're doing next weekend, the 5th annual Macy Knight Memorial Squirrel Rodeo and Roundup up in Childersburg, Alabama, and you can get a raffle ticket for one of the 15 guns. They're giving away 15 guns and a whole bunch of stuff. I got all that information in the details of this podcast, and I urge y'all to invest $20 in it. It goes to a great cause, and CJ does a great job promoting that event. Also, before we get started today, I want to remind everybody tomorrow, right here in Camden, Class Storage is having their grand opening. It's right there on the bypass at the intersection of Bridgeport Road and the bypass. He has got that thing fixed up. Class Storage is a 24-hour access storage facility, secure and safe, video surveillance, great customer service, convenient location, online reservations, and online page, www.classstoragellc.com. Join us tomorrow from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. They're going to feed you, and I reckon the rack and reel will be feeding everybody, and they want everybody to come out and check out Class Storage on the bypass in Camden, Alabama. Let's see who all we got on here this afternoon. Jack, yep, I know y'all had a great time at the 33rd Annual Elvis Roberts Memorial St. Jude's Coon Hunt. I don't know how much money yet, but we'll find out later on. Stacy Gaston's on the show. He's tuned in, Kevin.
What's up, Stacy?
Rusty Godboll's tuned in. Don Philpott, Noonan Hall, Al and Brooke Smith up there at Lock 5. Appreciate all y'all tuning in. And we got a whole lot to go over. I called the Miller's Ferry Powerhouse and the Jones Bluff Powerhouse. I think it's the first time I've ever heard them say that they are no units are running, all the water's going through the spillway. So it's still a bunch of water coming down.
It's going to be dropping fast, according to the predictions.
They sucked it out there. Wally Bedwell's tuned in. Freddie over in Meridian, Mississippi, and Rex Martin tuned in. Uncle Rex, according to Rusty. Yeah, it's the water coming down. I tell you what, I couldn't believe the way the water conditions changed from Saturday till Sunday. It really did. That water went up about 2 foot, and it was a mess out in the river. You could run up and down that river Saturday, but Sunday was awful. I don't know how Shane went to Miller's Ferry, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Water temperature was 55 degrees, and the up in the sloughs, I heard somebody say they saw it all the way up to 60 degrees this weekend.
Oh, I got a call of 64 in one slough.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be 74 now with this 80-degree weather.
These nights not getting down there low, that's going to do the deal.
Yeah.
Skinny water going to get warm.
Skinny water's going to be right.
All right, we got a whole lot to talk about, so let's go over the Town Country United Bank hunting and fishing report. And we was talking a while ago, we had the coon hunt in Jackson. We had the Alabama Hawkers Association hunt in Demopolis. We had the Juggin contest. We had the coyote roundup down in Monroeville and the David K. Nelson squirrel hunt in Selma. I haven't got a report from it, but every other event we had this weekend was just excellent. Everybody had a good turnout. I tell you, Shane, down in this area, we all about the outdoors down here now. It's something.
Oh yeah, it's serious down there. That's people get into that, buddy.
It's going to be some kind of competition if we just decide who's going to bet on which crow going to fly off the power line.
That's exactly right. It was a great time. And also last Friday they announced the winners of the Wilcox Area Chamber Big Buck Contest, and I want to go over them before we get into the hunting and fishing report. And in the youth division, Eli Nelson was third place with 128 7/8. Listen to these scores, y'all. Crawford Peak was second place from Selma with 134 7/8. I think Eli's was a Wilcox County deer. Crawford Peaks was a Dallas County. I don't know where Briar Long won it with a 136 1/8. That was the youth division. In the bow division, Luke Hopkins had a 73 5/8. That was a Wilcox County deer. Travis Hudson was second place with 111 4/8. I reckon that was in Clark County. Christopher McGraw was the winner in the bow division with 122 5/8. That was in Lowndes County. And in the women's division, Brenda Allen with a 111 3/8. I don't know where that was. Jessica Huey, 118 and 2/8. That was in Dallas County, I'm sure. And Jamie Luca won it with a 118 and 4/8, and I guess that's in Clark County. Might have been Wilcox County. In the adult division, Jerry Long was third place with a 130-inch deer. Christy McHaney, 134 and 7/8. And Reed Dumas, he was the top dog this year, $2,500 with a 136. I think he killed it over in Catherine, didn't he, Kevin? Somewhere over that way.
I think so.
All right, but that's the way. That was the Wilcox Area Chamber of Commerce winners. Appreciate everybody buying tickets. It was another successful event, as it is always, and that was it. All right, let's start off with Catfish. Catfish was the news of the day this weekend, y'all. Listen to this now. The C.T. Ward Power Sports, Dunn Sports, February the 18th, Juggin Open results are in. And I got to take my hat off to Joe Allen, Kevin. He kind of whooped me and you, but that's all right. He
climbed out the basement.
I'm coming back, y'all. I'm coming back. I'm telling you.
All right. Well, let's look at fourth and fifth place. Was Team Bigfoot was fourth place. Joe Allen, Aaron, and Simon. Y'all had 3 fish that weighed 27.3 with a 12.7 pound big fish. Kevin, your team was fifth place. Sandy, Tristan, and Kevin. 3 fish, 12.6, 25.3 total weight. So you wasn't but 2 pounds. You just needed 2 more pounds to beat Team Bigfoot, Kevin.
Well, now I'm gonna have to throw this out there. When I caught the first fish we caught, I throwed him in the cooler on top of the bag of ice. We caught the second fish. We opened that cooler and it smelled terrible. Fish had throwed up in there.
Oh,
we cleaned the cooler off because it was gagging us. You know, we weighed it. He didn't weigh but 13 pounds. We lost 2 pounds when that fish got sick.
Well, I be dog.
Every 2 pounds.
Well, I do want to make this announcement, and y'all can believe this or leave it alone. If I don't care, crappie fishing, bass fishing, whatever. If I get up and my weather says 30 degrees and 5 mile an hour winds, Big Dad ain't going out there. I ain't got enough clothes to wear out there. If I hadn't had,
you'll go out there if I put a bowl of chili though on a stump, and you got to go get it.
I don't know, Joe Allen. If Tristan hadn't been with, I'm not Tristan. If Trey hadn't have been with me and Dennis, I don't know what we'd have done. I should have paid Trey $500 just to go with us. All the work we paid that for.
Big Daddy, I got to just drive the boat. I worked Tristan down this time.
and I
me and Sandy. The Sandy told him every time he did it wrong. Oh, you didn't dip the bait. Dip the bait. She was on it.
How did Sandy do? Did she do okay?
She did good. She was in charge of the bait. And every time he didn't dip the bait, she would be, oh, don't throw it out. Dip it in that stuff. She make it dip it in the stuff before we threw it out.
All right, let's go ahead. And then one of the third place team was the Catfish crew, Reed, Tylen, and Lucas. They had 3 fish. The biggest one was 11.6, and their total 3 was 31.3 pounds. Second place was Team D Hooker, and they said all they wanted to do was beat Team Bigfoot. Scott, Avery, Rayleigh, and Travis, they had 3 fish. 14.8 was a big fish. 33.5 was the total weight. So they had a good string of fish, and we're gonna show y'all a little video here in a minute. Joe Allen did a little investigating report for us this weekend, and congratulations to Team Whiskers, Paul J. Thomas, and John. First place, 3 fish, 18.7 big fish, and 45.6 total weight. They won $640 jackpot and $100. That was a pretty good cold day, but congratulations to them. Sixth place was Team Rum Runners. That was Jolly, Tina, Kersey, and Maxwell. They had 2 fish that weighed 10.4 was the biggest one. 12.4 was their total weight. 7th place was Team Gettin Outdoors. Me and Trey Wade and Dennis Willett. We had 3 fish that weighed 11 pounds. 8th place was Team Pate, Kendall, White, and River Pate from up there at Meredith Landing. They had 3 fish that weighed 9.3 pounds. And I tell you what I want to do. I want to thank Joe Allen and Bubba and Taylor and Jessica. And I'm going to tell you what, Bobby and Jessica and June and Cliff at the state park. Kevin, it ain't a better place in the world to have that weigh in. When I looked at your mama sitting by me and she was standing 2 feet away from where you were weighing them fish in, it's not another place in on that river that she could have been there, and she had her a good time. Now.
Oh, she did. Yeah, she did. She was tickled to death.
Yeah.
You got to put it, give the state park more. They did more than anything. They the ones we ought to be all thanking. They the ones that really done to help do the tournament.
They did it. They sure did. They had the scales, the tents, the chairs. They had everything set up. But I tell you, old Taylor had it set up good. He had some of them XL boats, some of those side by side. It was a good.
I had a whole bunch of people about the side by side asking questions about that. We need to get Taylor to put an ad about it because I had a dozen people asking me what kind of side by side that was.
Yeah, I can't pronounce the name of them, but they built pretty good. Looked like.
Yeah, it looked like it had a metal body on it.
All right, now as most of you know, when I put everything up, we are outdoor reporters. And part of our job is reporting to y'all what's going on in the outdoors. Now, Joe Allen's done taken it to another level. He has turned into an investigative outdoor reporter. And he has been worrying about Team D Hooker and how they're catching all them fish and keep kicking his rump in these tournaments. So he did a little surveillance, and I got it on video, and nobody has ever seen this. This is the first time this has ever been shown, and this right here could break wide open the catfishing on Lake Miller's Ferry.
Big news.
All right. This is Team Bigfoot. Team Dirty Hooker left his boat here tied up last night. He ain't come back yet. So I'm fixed to do some investigating and give all a report on some of the Team Dirty Hookers recipes and tactics. Let's go investigate. All right, here I'm in. I've slipped into Team Dirty Hooker's boat and doing some investigating. And what do I find? What is this right here? Catfish nectar. Here's another secret bait. What is this called? Catfish Magic Chicken Liver Cure by Procure. Wonder what all other goodies we got in here. That's the only catfish stuff I see. I got your secret now. On further investigation, I look back here in his little cooler. I see he has, it looks to be like hickory shad, and he puts it in a plastic bowl and got it all soaking in it. What else can I find?
Now, I hope you didn't violate any laws doing that, Joanne. I hope you can't sign a warrant, get you arrested for going in that boat.
No, it was tied to my property. And I've done contacted Travis, and he was we're gonna do a video of showing how to catch trophy catfish on that Procure, but he got several other engagements first. So I gotta wait till when he can
work it into schedule.
Yeah, work it in, and I'm gonna have Travis and Scott, Team Dirty Hooker, on showing how to catch trophy catfish video within a few weeks.
All right, good deal. Good deal. Now, Denise is on, Kevin. Say hello.
Hey,
And all right, now let's talk. I wanted y'all also, and I meant to download the picture and I didn't do it. But we had some folks at the state park this weekend. Chad Miller. Do y'all know Chad Miller? He put some limb lines out with live brim. He said it was hard to catch those brim. But now he nailed some yellow cat this weekend at the state park. Nailed them, son. Nailed them. That's when that water.
Big miss.
Yeah, he should. Well, he had a tournament winner.
Yeah.
Okay, Travis says that you vandalized his property and he's getting a bill. Yeah.
Oh man.
So I knew that was going to open up a can of worms. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, Alan, since you were the highest in the Getting Outdoors group, what do you do if you're going catfishing this weekend? That water's going to be dropping down. What you going to do to catch them this weekend on Miller's Ferry?
Like I said, everybody was doing the same thing, and we all ought to do the same thing again. We was in that 3 to 6 foot of water with jugs, had the wind pushing them across wherever you fishing at. The only difference between us and the winners was they hit the big fish and we didn't. That's third, fourth, and fifth place was all the same thing.
Yeah.
So
all the way to us.
Yeah.
Doing the same
So
thing.
I mean, and we all had so close of weights, it ain't even funny. But I think what this tournament, I think really the fish bit later because I saw some big fish after we weighed in on jugs that we had and on limb lines and other things. But, you know, it was a slow bite for most folks early because of the temperature. But this week's going to be different. It's going to be wide open. So you get in the flats, have the wind pushing the jugs across the flats, and you'll do fine.
Well, I'll throw this out there. Paul J told me they didn't have no shad. They didn't have no skipjacks. They didn't have no secret bait. They went to Lawson and bought them some minnows and cut them up and put them on the hook.
Yeah.
Big minnows is a good bait, though.
They was in the right spot.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to crappie fishing. Shane, I got to tell you, buddy, I watched your show Thursday night, Crappie Cast on Shane Jones Fishing, and Aaron and John did a heck of a job. John's on here right now, and he just put this message. He says that him and Jessica went today and caught them, but they were hard-earned in all that wind. I don't believe I could have fished in that wind. But
you know, John goes out and practicing in those bad conditions. You know, that's what you got to do. You're going to fish tournaments.
Talk a minute about Crappie Cast because that's going to be a big show for you.
Yeah, Big Daddy. We do it on Thursday night, 7 p.m. John's one of my co-hosts, and we try to get a special guest. Most of them professional crappie fishermen. Like Scott Williams will be on there this Thursday. He is highly successful from back the late 90s, early 2000s. He's going to be on there. I talked to him last night for about an hour. He does some good things with his reputation, and he's going to be on there sharing some information. But y'all get y'all's questions ready. Like I said, from a simple question to what size jig all the way up to technicals you want to get with a live scope. We're going to try to give you an answer, and I enjoy doing that. And I've got some pictures this week for some guys that watch the podcast. They're catching more fish, and that's what we do it for. If you can learn some tips and can catch more fish, send me some pictures. I'll enjoy it.
Here's what I want to know. You and John have got a wealth of information, but when y'all gonna get Jessica on that? Because she's a whole lot easier to look at than y'all.
Yeah, she's way better looking than me and John. And the thing about it, that woman can catch the fire out of
I know it.
You know, she's gonna get on there one day. We're gonna get her talked into coming on there. And but I'll tell you what, when we cleaned them fish at Joe Allen's last October, there was 90 fish, and we cleaned them. And she de-ribbed every single one of them as fast as we could clean them. John got her. He's got her trained up, buddy. She can do it.
Well, I tell you what, I saw that picture you sent me, that big old fish she caught the other day, and I tell you,
yeah, she can do it, man.
And if they went out there in that wind today, my hat's off to them. Now, you was on Miller's Ferry this weekend, Shane. You
Right.
and Mark Bolden. Mark Bolden had a good weekend, too. You know, he caught
he did.
fish weighed 14 pounds. And old Jimmy Hugan down there, Mark Bolden was using those Team Fishmaster jigs, and Jimmy Hugan down in the Delta was using them Delta jigs, and he had a good day. But now let's talk about Miller's Ferry, because that's what everybody wants to know about. Now, you caught them in that bad water this weekend. You told me they were scattered out.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Somebody's coming this weekend. The water conditions are changing as we speak. What can they look for this weekend? We got that 5 nights of 60-degree weather, 80-degree in the daytime. That is going to move those fish up, I believe.
Yeah, I would say I would go mid-range. When I caught those fish Saturday, they were 12, 13 foot deep and 17 foot of water. Sunday, they had already moved up to 11 foot deep. I was catching them 8 foot. So I'm going to say your big fish may be over that deeper water, but they're not going to be very deep. So I'm going to say look from 5 to 10 foot and search those areas, your brush piles or your areas you've caught fish in the past. Like Miss Kelly that used to work with me, they getting ready to get ready. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying they're going to spawn, but they're getting ready. Those hormones and those females and those males, they're getting ramped up. These warm nights, it's no different than you and I going outside at 70 degrees. You're like, man, it feels good out here. Those fish are the same way. Hey, I'm going to make a move. So you may have to search for them, but when you find that pattern in a creek, if it's on a brush pile or a stump in that depth, try to repeat that pattern down the river, up the river, because the water's going to be clearing up in certain creeks, and that water's going to be just the right color to catch some fish.
The sloughs, all 3 sloughs I looked at was very fishable, you know, and but
right.
The one variable that we can't predict or nothing is that the water prediction is to drop fast. If they leave the gates open the whole time it's dropping, then the lake's going to go down just a little bit. Mm-hmm. So that's going to make the fish act a little different, even in the warm water, you know, than they would if it stayed up. But now, as it starts dropping, if they close a few gates and leave half of them open like it, you know, make the lake kind of hold, then the fish are going to act different from that. You know, so that's something we can't predict because we don't know what the Corps is going to do on how fast they're going to let the lake drop.
Right. Yeah, you got there's a bunch of variables, and that's why I appreciate river fishing, because there's so many variables like Kevin's saying. You go to a lake, it may not get 6 or 7 inches high. They're all predictable. There's a pattern. A river system will make you a better fisherman because you got to adapt to all the conditions, the flow, the height, the temperature. There's a bunch of variables, and you got to keep all that down in your head, you know.
Hey, tell everybody the difference in a river system and a lake system, and let's use Lake Martin versus Miller's Ferry.
Lake Martin's it's a primarily blackfish lake. A lot of black crappie. They're schooling up. They move and they're feeding on shad. The water's always cooler. You got clear water. So when that sun penetrates that clear water, those fish come up in the water column and they're running around in schools. So you can every February, late January, February, you can go every year and catch them schooling. Miller's Ferry, New Year's Eve, me and Tommy caught 51 right on the main river. Joe Allen's seen it. You've seen it. And that the river wasn't barely moving. Then it flooded, and those fish had to move somewhere. And it messes that pattern up on the river system because the river's moving too fast to catch those schooling fish. They want to school, but what happens when that river, the water gets up and the flow, it disperses those fish. They're not going to be bunched up. But what Mark Boland's telling you on that comment, those black males, they're going to be bunching up somewhere. It might be this weekend, may not be, but those black males, when you start catching some that you can tell are males because their gills are starting to turn black, you better pay attention where they are in the water column and what area they're in.
You know, Shane, that's why I call Miller's Ferry, I call it the Jekyll and Hyde. Because the water conditions can change and it could go opposite of what it was the day before, because we got river run water and those big lakes that don't have river run water don't change that dramatically. But that's why that was my analogy. I call it Jekyll and Hyde because it can change automatically.
some creeks
Well,
fish different than other creeks. Some are clearer than other creeks. The temperature's different. It may be a bigger flat in the back of one of those creeks that warms the water up more. There's so much to look for, but those fish are there. They're not by accident. Pay attention to what you're catching those fish out of. If you catch one, no, but if you catch multiple fish, 5, 10, 15 fish, you're like, hey, buddy, where am I looking at? What am I fishing? I need to try to repeat this somewhere.
And Joe Allen, you talking about fish changing. I had one of the top bass fishermen in the state in the boat with me Saturday, and I put him up on that live scope and told him to find me some crappies. And we went up in the back of a slough, and he found me 4 or 5 places where they were stacked up. And I got up and went and got you Sunday morning. We went back in there, and they had disappeared, and wasn't nothing in there but shads from I mean, that's how it can change.
Yeah, but you was hunting a bowl of chili that day.
Well, the fish wasn't there, so I knew that chili was at your house, and it was. I chose to go eat chili rather than to go hunt fish. I chose.
Hey, you didn't miss a lot, but hey, I like to go. I like to go when the conditions are different because I want to learn. I'm not going to wait for the perfect time to go. People know that about me, and I'm not waiting on somebody to call me. Say, hey, they're biting. Go fishing. I'm going to tell you they're biting, and I'm going to learn every time I go.
Well, Shane, that's the difference in you. I just don't have that dry. I did when I was your age, maybe, but I ain't got it now. I done lost that. But you did.
You got to fish different conditions to know what they're doing.
That's exactly right. Because, you know,
one of the things you got to remember about Little Ferry, you know, we on the tail end of the water system. And, you know, whether they above quota, below quota, because every dam has quotas. They got to release and stuff like that, you know, and all the way to Lake Lanier, West Point, wherever it starts at up there. And that it's kind of like, you know, we the redheaded stitcher. We got to deal with whatever it comes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we at the end. Because, I mean, I have seen it. You know, it's been a while, but I have seen we be right in the middle of the perfect spawn. They suck the bottom out of it. Maybe 10 foot of sand showing that where you know that ain't good.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it happens like it.
Well, you know, if those fish are 5 foot deep and you take a foot of water off of them, that pressure's changed on that fish. They got to back out or do something. But like Eric Tagle always tells me, they're not going far. Like, you know, when I called them out Saturday, they moved 300 yards in shallower, just across the slough where I was, and I started catching fish again. Now, I didn't catch a lot, but it was an indication that the fish are healthy. They're willing to bite if you find them. So now you got to realize you catch a little wave, there's going to be more waves of fish coming and stacking up. Right. So hopefully that's what's going to happen.
Hey, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
Maddie's got her bass tournament this Saturday out of Bridgeport City Landing, Pride of the South out of Roland Cooper State Park. I think the Po Man's Bass Club's got a Po Man Bass Tournament Trail in Demopolis. What's this high water going down? What are the bass doing? I know you looked at them. Saturday.
I talked to a few guys about the temperature. You know, it's going to be some caught fish caught like real shallow, but like I said, it's going that factor that you can't predict. You know, if the water in the lake is slowly going down, that's going to make it harder to catch those fish in that real skinny water because they're going to move. They're not going to stay up on the bank. They're going to have to move off the bank if they feel that water coming down. But now, as the water drops real hard the next 2 days, and they stabilize the lake with the dam and just monitor let the water go and keep our lake full. Because, I mean, we're not in a flood stage in the lake. It's full. It ain't in a flood stage. And if they'll adjust the dam to maintain our springtime level, then it's not going to be an issue because it's going to be on, because the temperature is going to be there. It looks like it's going to be cloudy. We got warm nights. It's going to be like rough. It'd be some sacks weighed in if the lake doesn't drop during the day Saturday.
Yeah. White and gold spinner bait.
Hey, I caught those crappie on chartreuse and white. I threw it. Those fish would literally spin around and inhale it. So I will give you that tip. White and chartreuse is what I used. Of course, it's not a secret. As it gets a little, I'll start throwing black and chartreuse here later on March.
Hey, and I want to wish Trey Wade and Bradley Parnell good luck. They fishing in the ABT South up on Lake Martin this weekend. Hope they win that $10,000. I sure do. All right,
something they could hit another one, wouldn't it?
huh?
That'd be something if they could hit another one.
Yeah. Hey, all right, let's go to small game because I wanted to play this video for y'all that I got from your Chef Todd on team Tucker ATV squirrel hunting team. They about to wear Robbie out shaking that vine, Kevin.
Well,
Yeah, now Robbie ain't got many pools in him, I promise.
Well, I commented on there that what I wanted to do was be there and watch when they brought 5 squirrels out and a dozen squirrels and gravy and a dozen biscuits out for all them and throw them on the table and see the fight go on there.
Shannon will get his meal. I guarantee you. Shannon, he'll hold his
Well, Jerry's in there, and I think Jerry's got a pistol on that blanket.
Yeah.
He'll shoot 2 or 3 in the foot and then get in.
Scatter them out.
Yeah, I looked. They didn't have 5 little old squirrels. All that vine shaking, I tell you, it was old Michael Hilliard's on here. How you doing, Michael? Bobby Jordan, Rita McIntosh. How you doing, my friend? And but squirrels, it's been a bunch of squirrels killed. I can tell you, a bunch of them. And rabbit, Travis and Rayleigh went rabbit hunting Sunday morning, and they caught. I think he told me they had 16 rabbits. And so small game is wide open, but it is warming up. So be careful if you're in them woods. Look out for snakes because them snakes finna start crawling, and they've been laid up all winter, and they are hungry. I guarantee you. I got a report Sunday in the Alabama Grampian Hills that turkeys are gobbling. Have y'all heard any turkey reports?
I hadn't yet, but they've been strutting and gobbling all along.
I saw one strutting the other day on the side of the road, but I heard him gobble.
Well, I didn't. Tommy heard one gobble. What about up there, Shane? You heard anybody up there?
I ain't heard anybody, but you know they're gonna do this warm weather. It'll be a false little breeding season for them. Them hens ain't ready. It don't matter what, they can gobble all they want. You know,
that's right. That's exactly right. You know,
they'll show up and get people fired up, and that's what it's for. They see them blowed up.
Well, 2-year-olds, they get the oats a little bit.
Right. Hey, I hope I'm posting a bunch of crappie pictures Saturday morning where they fire everybody up to go, because I want to see boats out there. And that's going to be pretty. So you ain't got no excuse this weekend. You better get your butt out there.
That's right. I'm glad Jarrett mentioned this, and I'm gonna put this banner up and let y'all look at it because Hank Parker's coming to town. I believe it's this weekend. Hold on, I got a banner.
Talking about the church,
yeah,
and then somewhere else.
Yeah,
he's Linden the next day.
He's gonna be in Thomasville Baptist Church Friday night at 6 o'clock, $5 admission. He's going to be speaking there on Friday night. Then Sunday night, he will be at the Haynesville Baptist Church at 5 o'clock at the Wild Game Supper. So you got 2 chances to see Hank Parker this weekend in the area. That slipped up on me. Heck, I was thinking it was a week or 2 off, but heck, that's this weekend. Mm-hmm. Sure is. So I'm glad I thought of that. All right. What about rodeo, Kevin? I see we got a rodeo coming up in March the 11th, I believe it is.
16th. I think it's 16th through the 19th, I think.
No, I think
I had to go back.
11th and 12th. I'm not sure about that, but
oh no, that's the home. That's a they're doing, that's a fundraiser thing. It's kind of like a kids rodeo. It won't be. It's not a college rodeo. It's something they're having at school. It won't be any rough stock. It's gonna be the kids. They're gonna have dogs working cows and stuff like it's gonna be. I forgot what they call it, ranch rodeo. I think what they call that.
All right, 10 folk. Well, I
think me and Brody going to Columbiana to a PCA rodeo Saturday night.
Okay.
We're going to a pro rodeo in Columbiana up around Alabaster.
Well, you gonna miss some good fishing this weekend if you go to a rodeo.
I'm gonna fish Saturday, then I'm gonna jump in my truck and I'm going to Columbiana up there to the rodeo. Ain't but 97 miles. I can get through fishing tournament and make it up there.
All right, Shane, you got some clients coming Saturday, right? You gonna do Miller's Fair with the clients Saturday, and you gonna stay over Sunday and fish?
Yeah, I hope I find a bunch of fish. Hey, and I'm gonna try to catch some myself Sunday. So hopefully we're gonna find. I'll have you a good report by Saturday afternoon. I hope. So.
Joe Allen, Camp Chefs, is cooking this weekend, and I got 3 episodes in the can. Y'all gonna film one tonight. You and Donna gonna film one, and then y'all gonna film another one Saturday, right?
Yeah, we filming tonight doing cauliflower, a casserole, and we decided to do a little twist with it. We're gonna have deer sausage in the cauliflower casserole. And then Saturday, we're going down to this is an old camp, old hunter, down to Trice's camp in Putnam, Alabama. And I asked my mama's name Trice. And I asked her, well, is that involved in that? And she said, yes. She was named by Dr. Trice's wife. And my grandma said, you name the girl if you want to. She got named Martha Trice. So that camp's been there since probably the mid 30s. So we're going to an old school camp.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to getting all that video. Be sure to send your Camp Chef photos in. Hashtag them GOCCPC. And we got some good ones in this month, but we need some more. And Jared wants to know if you still need some coons, Joel.
Yes, I do, Jared. I need about 3 more.
All right, Jared. There he is. There it is. I saw Clyde Ray Pearson the other day. He said he's been running them dogs, but he's kind of scared of them alligators and snakes, and I don't blame him. All right, guys, this was a great show, man. Thank you, Shane. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night. Yes. Shane Jones Fishing Crappie Cast. And Jessica's gonna be on there tomorrow night.
That's what John just texted me. We're gonna get on there here in a minute together and get all our stuff together. And like I said, get y'all's questions ready because Scott's a hammer. He's full of knowledge. I mean, he is. Yeah. He's been doing this a long time. So,
and me and Shane and Scott gonna do a podcast here for long, and I look forward to picking his brain. I sure do.
Yeah, him and his dad's on up in age. He's been doing that for his life too. So, and Scott's learned every bit of that. So, hey, there's always gonna be something you're gonna learn. I mean, I learned something from the last show from Aaron myself. So.
Doug Pugh wants to know any news on the marina. I don't think so. Somebody said that they had delivered some material down there to do the I think they're going to build a seawall. That's all I've seen down there. But they've got all the permits, and as far as I know, everything still goes. It's just a slow go. So. All right, guys, anything else? Appreciate y'all. Y'all don't know how much I appreciate y'all sharing all this information. Every Thursday morning when I edit this show, it amazes me at the knowledge and Kevin and Joe Allen. Y'all bring something new every week to this show. I mean, I really do appreciate it, and the listeners appreciate it too. Anything else? Anything else y'all want to say before we leave?
Well, the main thing, talking about that knowledge, you're never too old to learn something from somebody else. Don't sit there and think, well, I know it all, because you don't.
That's the way every person that I fish with, and they're actually paying me to carry them fishing, I pick up something from them, believe it or not.
Yeah. And as we showed tonight on that debut video, Joe Allen learned something, and he's now, what is the name of that stuff? You're now a dealer for it at John Sports?
Yeah, dealer for Procure, the catfish baits, and I'm going to carry some of the crappie and bass baits too. And I'm going to have Travis do the video on catching big trophy catfish on Procure.
You need to get cutout made of Travis and put it in the store.
I know.
Yeah.
Cutout of
Wait.
Travis.
Don't. He'll want $100 for that. He'll want $500.
I
Hey,
just want to tell Stacy good luck, and then I hope that he goes up there and shows them folks, shows them what's up.
I do too. Good luck to Stacy. Good luck to Trey and Bradley
And
up
Trey
there
too, that's right.
Lake Martin, and it's going to be a great weekend. Once again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank y'all. Y'all stand by, and we'll see y'all next week on the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report.
Pap taught me every critter's track and how to set a hair trigger on a trap. He taught me to shoot, scale, and skin and make a snare with a leather strap. He taught me to be a part of the woods and all his woodsy tricks. Said you gotta walk soft on 2 light feet and try not to break no stick. I thank Daddy for my savvy, how to hunt and how to carry anything that I might need to get a piece of skillet meat. How to walk and how to hide, how to crawl and how to slide, how to sneak, stalk and climb and do it all on 2 light